Charlotte Flair is once again making headlines, but it's for all of the wrong reasons. As we know, Charlotte Flair has been making headlines as of late because of what some say behind the scenes is her bad attitude, because she no longer wants to work for WWE, but because she has a contract, she has to continue working until the contract is up, because she wants to go to AEW so that she can be with her fiancé, Andrade. She had a real-life backstage confrontation with Becky Lynch a couple weeks before Survivor Series, but now she has had another confrontation with a different WWE superstar, and this has WWE officials scrambling to figure out what to do with Charlotte Flair. So here's how all of this came about. On Friday Night SmackDown, we saw Charlotte Flair cutting a promo, and then all of a sudden, Toni Storm came out. There happened to be a table of Thanksgiving leftovers from a Thanksgiving leftovers match that had taken place just before the Charlotte Flair promo. Well, Charlotte Flair picks up a pie and throws it into the face of Toni Storm. Now, that was all scripted. Toni Storm knew that Charlotte was going to throw a pie into her face, and she was expecting it. But what happened next was not part of the script. Charlotte Flair decided to go off script. So after Toni Storm was hit with that pie by Charlotte Flair began to walk away, and that's what was in the script. Well, Charlotte Flair came back to that table with the Thanksgiving leftovers and picked up another pie and threw it into Toni Storm's face again. So that's two pies that Toni Storm got hit with. It was only supposed to be one, and you could tell that Toni Storm was shocked with the second pie being thrown into her face. She was expecting the first one. The second one, she was not. They quickly went to commercial break. Toni Storm and Charlotte ran to the back, and when they finally got to the backstage area, Toni Storm began to scream and yell at Charlotte Flair because she was not expecting to be hit with a second pie, and she felt that Charlotte embarrassed her and buried her on live TV. And Charlotte basically said, hey, I'm a heel. I'm just playing a character. And, I forgot that I was only supposed to throw one pie. Sorry. And she was very condescending and rude and sarcastic. And Toni Storm got even madder because Charlotte wasn't taking this seriously. Supposedly, WWE officials had to separate Toni Storm and Charlotte because they almost got into a physical altercation with each other. So right now, WWE officials, they're trying to figure out, okay, this is a second backstage confrontation. We had the one with Becky Lynch a few weeks back. Now we have another one. What do we do? Charlotte's one of our biggest female stars. Should we just fire her? Should we give her what she wants and release her? Right now, this is up in the air, and we don't know what's going to happen. And we don't know if the Toni Storm versus Charlotte Flair feud is even going to continue, or if it's now just canceled because Toni Storm will refuse to work with Charlotte Flair. We will have to see what happens, as this story is just now breaking. There is breaking news concerning the return of Brock Lesnar to WWE. On Friday Night SmackDown, WWE decided to hold a number one contenders battle royal at the end of SmackDown. Sami Zayn ended up winning, but just as Kayla Braxton was about to interview Sami Zayn, she got breaking news in her earpiece and announced that it is 100% confirmed that Brock Lesnar's suspension from WWE is over, and that he will make his return on the next edition of SmackDown, which is on December 3rd. This is no doubt huge news because fans have been waiting for Brock Lesnar to finally come back to WWE. What was the real reason why WWE finally decided to end Brock Lesnar's suspension. Here's what we know right now. According to reports, Vince McMahon was originally not going to have Brock Lesnar back and end his suspension until December 10th. The actual viewership for Survivor Series was way down. SmackDown is down in the ratings. Raw is down in the ratings. And just WWE in general, their overall viewership is down. And Vince McMahon basically decided, we can't wait any longer. We're in a lot of trouble here, and our ratings are continuing to sink. And after Survivor Series, the worry was they're going to sink even further, mostly because there's no pay-per-view in December. There's nothing to build to. The next pay-per-view isn't until 2022, which is day one on January 1st, 2022. The thought was, okay, you know what? We're just going to have to bring back Brock Lesnar now, a week early, and try and get people once again interested in the current product and in our current storylines. And because Brock Lesnar has been the number one thing for WWE since SummerSlam, they knew what they had to do, and that was to pay Brock Lesnar more money to come back now and get him involved once again in WWE. So that's what's going to happen on the December 3rd episode of SmackDown. Brock is going to come back. Rumor is that, of course, he's going to have a face-to-face confrontation with Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns. There's also going to be a lot of other surprises involving Brock Lesnar on this December 3rd show, and WWE is hoping that this show will bring a lot of the fans who decided to switch off their TV when it comes to WWE product because Brock Lesnar was suspended, so there was no point to watch it. Well, now Brock is back, so WWE hopes that when people hear this, they will tune in to SmackDown on December 3rd, and it will be the biggest rating for the show in a long time. So that's going to do it for our video for today, but before you go, let me know what your thoughts are about WWE ending the suspension of Brock Lesnar and his return on the December 3rd edition of SmackDown. And what are your thoughts on Charlotte Flair and Toni Storm getting into a heated confrontation backstage at SmackDown? Leave a comment below and give me your opinion. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification so you are alerted when we upload a new video.